Hey there everybody, and welcome to the channel. I'm your host, Puborama, and in today's video, I'll be doing a full-on motorcycle club for Grand Theft Auto Online. The motorcycle clubs are passive, or should I say semi-passive businesses, where you have to resupply and sell the product they make. You also have to be careful though, because they have a very high probability of being raided if you leave them unattended. So, in today's video, I'll be telling you everything you need to know about the motorcycle clubs, and starting off, we're going to talk about location, because location is a very important thing. So if we go to buy businesses, you'll see there are a lot of different properties that you can buy businesses at. Let's say I want to get a new counterfeit cash factory. We have one in Paleto Bay, one in Cypress Flats, and one in the Vespucci Canals. The other business is the one that I currently own, which is in Sandy Shores. Now these three properties are all pointless to buy, apart from the one in Sandy. Obviously you don't want to buy a location on Paleto. You can see that's all the way on the far corner of the map, which there's just really no reason to own that property there. You're gonna have to sell to Los Santos, which is across the entire map. Basically, if you get like the post-op ban, you're never ever going to be able to deliver. If we go to Cypress Flats, which is kind of, as you can see at the Merriweather docks, it's not a bad location, but it is in the city, which is kind of the same as the Vespucci Canals, which we can also see is in the city. Now on paper, you'd think that Vespucci and Cypress are the two best locations, especially because they're the most expensive. However, there is a problem with those two locations, and that is that instead of delivering to the city like all the other businesses out in the middle of the map or down by Paleto, you have to sell to Sandy Shores, which basically means that you're delivering to the same distance. And then when you also add that into the fact that if you're in a public lobby trying to get that high demand bonus and you're selling from the city, it means that your motorcycle club trucks and vehicles are going to be sitting stagnant in the city while other people can blow them up. So really there's no advantage for having a motorcycle club business in the city or Sandy Shores, which is why, as you can see, all of the businesses I own are the Sandy Shore businesses. You got the counterfeit cash, the cocaine lockups in the Alamo Sea, Grand Sonora Desert for the methamphetamine, and the only one that's a little bit further away is, as you can see, my weed farm, but that's because the game doesn't really allow me to get a closer one. But when it comes to location, buy the cheapest properties. That's literally as simple as it gets. I don't know why the Paleto Bay properties aren't cheaper than the Sandy Shore ones. Somebody can let me know in the comments. I still haven't figured that out myself. But either way, that is the guide when it comes to buying a motorcycle club property. Make sure that you're just getting the cheapest one in Sandy Shores. After that, you also do need to make sure that to buy properties, you should get a clubhouse. I just get the clubhouse I get. I'm not really going to break too much into why, but this clubhouse is the cheapest one. And as you can see, it's right around the general proximity of the rest of my businesses. So this is the cocaine lockup here. This is the counterfeit cash. And then this is the methamphetamine. So let's make our way over to the coke lockup, because I'm going to be showcasing how the resupplies work. Now, there are two different ways to resupply a business when it comes to the motorcycle clubs. The first way to resupply business is actually resupplying it yourself. Now, the more people you have helping you, the more product you will get when you resupply the business, which definitely makes it a lot better if you're going to do that with a lot of people. However, if you're a player like myself and you're doing a lot of other money methods while just having your motorcycle club in the background running, then it's really not a good idea to have them personally resupplied. The better way to run a business is to log in, go to resupply, and purchase your supplies for $75,000 rather than, as you can see, stealing the supplies. A $75,000 purchase will completely fill your supplies bar, and then that will slowly drip feed into your product bar, which will then fill up your value. So as you can see right now, the Coke has $175,000 worth of value, which is actually pretty decent, and we'll get back to that in just a moment. But first, let's break into how much money each of these businesses is going to make. Let's start off at the bottom and work our way to the top. I should point out that all of these numbers are worked out with the $75,000 resupply added in. So for the weed, it is $23,000 every hour. Then it is $31,000 every hour for the counterfeit cash. For the methamphetamines, it is $40,000 every hour. And then for the coke, it is $67,500 every hour. That's actually not too bad. If you have all these businesses running at once, that means you're going to be making $161,500 every hour of pure profit. That's not too bad, especially judging that you only have to sell these businesses once every 2.5 or 3 hours, which means that, yeah, you're actually going to be raking in just kind of free money as long as you keep up on resupplies, you keep up on your sale missions, and you make sure you don't get raided all too often. You might wonder why I haven't talked about the document forgery at all. You can see that I even don't have it set up. And it's pretty simple why. The document forgery is by far the worst motorcycle club business. Basically, you're not going to make any money with it. Unless you're selling in a full public lobby with the high demand bonus, you're really not going to make any profit, especially because it's going to be wasting your time. So I would highly suggest not to do anything with your document forgery factory, as it is a complete waste of time. Something else that should be talked about that a lot of people forget is you have to upgrade your businesses. So for example, my counterfeit cash has a flat price to buy the business, but then after you buy it, you also have to spend $880,000 on the equipment upgrade and $270,000 on the staff upgrade. That's going to ring you out another $1.1 million, which you're going to have to slowly earn back with the passive income. 2 questions. A, is it worth it to buy the upgrades? Yes. If you're going to invest the money in getting motorcycle club businesses, then you need to buy the upgrades, because you're going to be making a lot more money and have a lot more productivity if you buy the upgrades. The second thing is that, yeah, it's going to take a lot of time to make that money back, upwards of maybe a couple hundred hours if you're not playing all too often. So I would highly suggest that you always use your motorcycle businesses if you're going to plan on buying those upgrades, or it's just going to be a big pile of money that you've kind of thrown away. Now we arrive at the final part of the motorcycle club businesses, and that is the sale missions. Now, sale missions are great, but they can also be absolutely painful. If we make our way to the counterfeit cash business, you are going to notice that there's a blue bar at the bottom of my screen. Now, that blue bar affects how many sale vehicles we're going to have. You can see that I have 2 and about 3/4 of a product bar, which means I'm probably gonna get 2 vehicles, but it might be 3 vehicles on the sale mission. Basically, think of every bar as an extra vehicle that you have to use for a sale mission. So I'm going to sell this to what is Los Santos. And as you can see, we actually got 4 vehicles because of how much product I had. Now, this is not an awful sale mission. You can very easily sell the 4 bikes to Los Santos without any trouble. But let's say you get the post-op van. And if you don't know what the post-op van is, it's absolutely painful. I'll flash a screen. But basically, if you get the post-op van, it is impossible sometimes to sell in a private lobby alone. So what you want to do is you want to go to online, find a new session, invite only. That's all you got to do. And now what's going to happen is it's going to load me back in. You can see here I just set it to last location, so it's going to spawn me right back in where I was. And now we're going to go back to my motorcycle club. Now you can see what it says at the top. You did not complete your last product sale. Most of your product has been recovered. So if we go back, we had what, $140,000 before? Now we have $120,000. So we were going to sell for about $202,000 to Los Santos previously. Now we can sell it for $183,000. Overall, we lost about $20,000 in product, which means that it's actually not that bad. What I would suggest to do is that if you get post-op vans, just instantly load into a new session, and that's going to save you a huge chunk of time, because there's no possibility of you really failing the mission then. You just, do the boats, you do the helicopters. As I said, really the only one that you will struggle to complete solo is the post-op vans. If you crash once or you just take too long on one of the 3 vehicles that you have to use, you're not going to be able to complete it, especially if you're running like the weed business, which is a lot further down the road. It's just not really worth the time, if you want my opinion. It's a 30-minute completion for only like $200,000, which at that point is kind of a waste of time because you could just do like life and death bikes over and over and probably make more. So yeah, just make sure that you're spending wisely with your time. Overall though, what I do and what I would suggest to do is wait for your product bar to get to the max. As you saw, for a max product bar, you will have something like those 4 motorcycles. And the 4 motorcycles is not hard to do a sale mission at all on. In fact, I made a video a couple weeks back talking about how really you can complete every sale mission solo as a max product bar as long as you are decent at driving. I mean, the flying ones are easy. All you gotta do is fly to the correct locations and drop off your products. I mean, there's no real error there unless you're really bad at flying and you crash. But apart from that, when it comes to like the boats, which you're about to watch me do, boats are incredibly easy. They almost have no errors with them. It's pretty hard to mess up. And then, as I said, for the driving ones, like the garbage truck, trash master, and the post-op vans, the post-op definitely I'd redo, but garbage trucks are pretty easy as long as you don't fail at driving. Although we almost failed, speaking of driving right there. And the truck is easy. It's just one simple delivery and you complete everything. So yeah, pretty easy overall. As you can see though, we have 2 boats instead of 3 vehicles. Oh no! Well, there goes my motorcycle. Very unfortunate because I'm gonna have to pay like 20 grand to get that back. But oh well, that's just a driver error. Let's make our way over to the boats and you're gonna see just how easy it is to complete these missions. Now normally you would have 3 boats, but because as you saw my product bar went actually a little bit lower because I went into a new lobby, it changed it only to 2 vehicles. Alright, my first deliveries are completed and we're just gonna make our way over to the boat and do the second row of deliveries. I didn't bother showing the first ones because there really wasn't a point. Oh, don't tell me my vehicle just... Oh, I swear, if you break, I'm gonna despawn it. I'm not paying more money because my vehicles blow up. Okay, and return. Alright, we're all good. Let's just start our sale mission. Now, when it comes to the boat, I would definitely say that this is one of the easiest ones because really all you have to do is drive a boat. It's pretty dang easy. But let's do that. I always like to squeeze through here, but you want to make sure that you don't mess up because if you do, it will completely screw you up. So there you go. Pretty easy, and now we can continue making our way on through. Now, when it comes to actually the boat mission, this is a little tip I've learned, but if you drive close to the shore, there's really no waves, which is actually true to real life as well. A lot less waves and turbulence at the closer part of the shore. So when you drive your boat for these missions, if you want to make the sail missions on time and get that little extra bonus that you can see we have, make sure that you drive close to the shore. Not too close that you're obviously bottoming out, but close enough to where you don't really get waves so you can keep your rotors in the water, which you can see we're doing here. It's pretty easy to do. The further out you go, the bigger the waves are. Now the next one we have to go to is always the biggest pain. This one, I don't know why they put it so far in there, but we have to basically squeeze our vehicle in and then turn it around fast enough to get the next one. But speed! Okay, now I would stick close to the shore, but I don't really care enough because I'm lazy. And at the end of the day, I don't even know what the bonus is, but it's not a huge bonus. But here we go. Let's just cut through here, and I think we should still be able to get the bonus. We got 8 seconds left. 7, 6, 5. Okay, you know what? Oh, go. 1. No! Are you... Oh, wait. No, we didn't get it. That's cringe. Okay, well, let's turn the boat around. There you go. I'm actually mad that I didn't get that. That's so sad. Maybe I should have stuck close to the shore. Alright, well, let's give this a little bit of a shortcut. There you go. Drive over this. Oh, yeah. Look at the amazing driving by Poob Man here. So we got a couple more to go. We gotta go around the corner here. That'll be fairly easy. And then we only got 3 deliveries left. So, I mean, this is pretty dang easy. But yeah, you can see how chill the boat deliveries are. And the nice thing is that you can see that delivery bonus. It's a bonus. So even if you mess up the bonuses, you still get your normal payment out. And it's not like it really matters too much. So there you go. Completed that. I don't know why we didn't get a bonus. What? Did I mess something up? Does the game not like me? Oh well. Either way. Let's just speed on through. Again, I could go to the shore and probably save some time, but I'm pretty lazy and I just wanna get our profit. So this is what I do a lot of the time. What I'll do is I'll just wait for my motorcycle clubs to fill up all the way. I'll sell them and then redo the whole process, rinse and repeat. The reason why I wouldn't suggest to do it like TGG says, and to like if you're a solo player, do it at the second bar, is because you're gonna have to do so many sale missions. Probably every 20 minutes you'll have to sell your motorcycle club businesses, which defeats the entire purpose of doing it in my opinion. So what I would suggest to do is just wait for your product bar to fill all the way to the top. As I said, if you get post-op vans, just load into a new session. Make sure you set your spawn location to last, well, I don't know what it's called. It's last location, yeah. And then you'll just spawn in right where you were, basically, and then you can start it all again. It's very easy, saves a lot of time, and it actually makes these businesses kind of worthwhile. So here we are. We gotta drop off at our last location. Pretty easy to get to. Seems like the bonuses are kind of broken because I know for a fact I got that last one on time, but my delivery bonus did not go up at all. But either way, here we go, delivered, and we made $201,000 for that. Actually pretty good. Weren't we only supposed to make 180,000? Why'd we make 201,000? I guess that was from the bonus, so I guess we did get that little bit of extra. But yeah, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That showcases to you how easy it is to make money with the motorcycle club. I would highly suggest to own a motorcycle club if you're going to put in the work. If you're not, then I would suggest not to really worry about it because it'll be a waste of time. Hopefully you enjoyed today's video. If you'd like to see more like it, please consider smashing that subscribe button down below. But yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.